Pregame.com.
I must be old because I love talking Major League Baseball, and we've got a great series taking place this weekend at Fenway. It's Tampa Bay at Boston on Friday night. We've got a pitching matchup of Alex Cobb and John Lester. Tampa, Bryan, getting it done on the home front, not so much on the road where they're a game below 500. Not terrible, but a big home road dichotomy for this team.
Yeah, in fact, I did a video with VR the other day, and he talked about Tampa Bay at home. And I went back and I researched how the teams they played at home. They've got a really good record. But take a look at the teams that they've played at home. They played the Yankees, the Twins, the Angels, the Mariners, the A's, the Red Sox, the Braves, and the Blue Jays.
What are you saying?
I'm saying the only team that's gone over expectation is the A's.
Right.
I mean, the Braves have played basically what we thought they were going to be, but you look at the Angels have been a disappointment. The Twins have been terrible. The Yankees and Red Sox tied for last. I mean, this is a situation right now. They got a great record, but I'm not so sure their record at home is as impressive as a lot of people think.
Well, what do you think about Boston lately, though? I mean, they start the month of May. They lose 8 of their first 9 games, but since doing so, they're 10-3 after picking up a win Wednesday afternoon at Baltimore. In fact, during that 13-game stretch, they've won 4 series, and then they split a series, a 2-game set with Tampa Bay at the Juice Box down in Tampa. So they are starting to make a run, and it's been basically hitting and run scoring. They've got 71 runs scored in those 13 games.
Yeah, Boston's a great hitting team. In fact, you take a look at their lineup, half of the players on the team weren't expected to be on the team at this point.
Right.
Tampa's the same way. They got 10 players right now in their organization on the DL. It's just amazing they were able to compete. But Boston's doing it with pitching. I mean, they had terrible pitching earlier in the season. Pitching's getting a little bit better. I mean, when you're able to score 5-6 runs a game, you just need adequate pitching, and that's really what Boston's been getting lately.
And John Lester has taken his ERA from 6 down to 3.95 in his last 5 starts. And I noticed looking at it and digging into it that he's got a 115 whip in those last 5 starts. So he's starting to get his rhythm, as you mentioned most Boston pitchers have been over the past couple of weeks. The goods on Alex Cobb are this. He's got a real nice fastball, and he has a nice speed range. It's like 88 to 93, his fastball. Most people get confused. They hear fastball, and they think it's got to be 95 miles an hour. But the best pitchers to me are the guys that can have like a 4 or 5 mile per hour difference between one fastball and the next. One moves a little more than the faster pitch that he's got. He's got a nice curve, actually, a very strong curveball, and a changeup that people who have watched him in the minors coming up have said that it has splitter-type action at the end of the changeup. You know how difficult that is to hit when he masters this? His only so-called weak pitch right now, or an average-style pitch, comparing to other good Major League starters, is his slider. That needs some work. But he pitched in 10 Major League games last year. Decent ERA. WHIP was about $1.31. ERA was around 3.32. He's pitched in 1 game this year in the majors, and that was against Atlanta, and he did a good job of shutting down the Braves lineup. So, you know, it's a situation where here it is. Hometown boy comes home to pitch for the first time ever at Fenway. How are his nerves going to be? Boston starting to hit. Lester starting to pitch.
Yeah, Cobb is one of their best pitching prospects. In fact, Matt Moore is all we've been hearing the last few years, but Cobb's been right there with him. So now you're actually getting a little bit of value there. I find this happens a lot. If a player does not break camp with this team and start on the major league roster opening day, when he gets his first or second start, he's discounted.
Right.
Well, for a lot of times, he's just a young guy. They want to get him a few extra starts down in the minors. He's just as good as the guys they have up. And as we've seen, these Tampa Bay pitchers, I mean, the starting pitchers, they can. Every pitcher they bring up basically is a major league starter, so
yes.
They did very well in the minors. I think there's some value here with Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Cobb had more strikeouts than he had innings pitched at Durham. You know, he's starting to work on that strikeout pitch. And one last thing I'll say about it is that what I like about Cobb, when I look at what he's done, I'm thinking number 4 rotation kind of guy when he gets his feet wet. And I also think he's going to be one of those guys that gets you 6-7 innings a night almost. So he's going to be a good 3rd or 4 man when he finally finds his niche or gets in his rhythm. He might already be there, though, with the way he's been striking out guys at the minor league level. He's Bryan Leonard. He's taking the underdog Tampa Bay Rays. Hey, don't forget, all weekend long, Saturday, Sunday, VR and I are going to break down basketball and baseball right here at pregame.tv.